we're here.
It's been all over the national news. What do you think the message is to the whole nation that's watching this story?
The message to everybody?
Yeah, the message to the whole country.
Well, the fact that we're in our state of Mississippi, we should let everyone know that, the times that we used to have are no longer. The times that people used to perceive of Mississippi, the things that they thought of Mississippi is no longer. I mean, my main thing about this is that this should never have happened. On a wonderful day, a God day, a wedding, come on. But I can say this, and it's so good to see everyone out here supporting this. And as I was stating to one of the gentlemen, this is not just about Crystal Springs First Baptist Church, this is about every church, every nationality, every race, every business, every person that's in the country. This is everywhere. We've got to stop this. This has to be stopped. This is my 9-year-old daughter. And for her, my 3-year-old son, it has to be stopped. I just pray that everyone understands that our message is that we're about love. We wanted to get married because we love each other. We love the church. We love God. And that's what it's all about. Our love for Jesus. Our love for our fellow man. And we haven't stopped loving just because this happened.
Do you think this rally, this prayer walk, these prayers, these hymns will work?
Let me say this to you. I have a 95-year-old grandmother, Miss Emma Shaw, that's at home. Prayer works. But prayer works only if you want it to work. If you don't want it in your heart, prayer will not work. But prayer works for those who open up their heart and truly want to be saved and be redeemed. If you know you've done wrong, accept it. Accept it and move on with it and be better than what you were. But if you go back into the same way, things will never change. There are some that won't change. I accept that. But I'm not going to stop the call. I'm not going to stop talking about it. Because there are others that had been done before me. There's others might be done behind me. But I want the Lord to know that I'm doing the best. We're doing the best we can to hold up for our daughter, for our son, for your daughter, your son. Because it could have been your son. It could have been your daughter that was rejected. Thank God he didn't reject us.
You feel rejected anymore after today?
Well, you have to understand something. You look at what happens today, and you still think we're not supposed to be hurt. But we're still hurt. Listen to me. When you felt love, you still feel rejected. But we appreciate everything out here. That's because it's not showing that we're not loved. It's not showing that we don't care and we don't appreciate everything that everybody's doing. Because a lot of folks making sacrifices. People are here making statements that some of their friends will not appreciate. Oh yes, I know that. But we thank them for doing that. Because they stood up. They stood up. And I'm so happy that they stood up. But they should be proud too. Their family should be proud that they stood up. But they stood up for righteousness.
You forgive the folks that
I've always, listen to me, I've always forgiven them. But that doesn't mean I don't hold you accountable. There's a difference between being forgiving and holding you accountable. As I state all the time, we have a 3-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter. My son don't understand this. But my daughter do. She understands that why is it that we, loving father and mother, could not sit around and be wedded in a church because of the color of our skin. Come on. It's not because of a policy. But guess what? We still got married. Yes, we did. We still became man and wives in the eyes of God. These people out here now are showing that, guess what? They are for something bigger and better than what Satan could ever put out there. They are for righteousness. They are for justice for everybody. Not just for my wife, but those behind us and those who are forward. And if anybody that want to sit around and understand this, fine. If you don't understand it, I'm sorry. But I still love you. I still pray for you. And that is a fact.
How long were you all members of the first?
My wife been over a year and a half. I've been there for a month or more. But let me say this to you. I've been asked that question several times. When I go to a church, Ms. Anderson, when I walk into a church, I'm always in God's house. I'm never a visitor. I've always felt at home when I walk into a church. When they ask the visitors to stand, you know what my 95-year-old grandmother always say? And I say, I'm at home. Sure, I'm from another church. I'm at home. And I felt at home. I sincerely felt at home. Listen to me. I felt at home. I felt love. I felt when people put their arms around me and say, welcome. I don't know how you felt about it at times when you go places, but I felt welcome. And I believe the welcome. I believe it so much that I wanted to join the church. I believe it so much that we wanted to be married in the church. I believe it so much that if you look at our invitations, if you look at our program, it says First Baptist Church, Crystal Springs. We didn't make this up.
We want you to join the church. We want you to come back. We want you to come to Sunday school. I talked to you this morning on the phone. I'm Greg.
This is the only one, besides I talked to a lady a few minutes ago, this is the Sunday school. He's called me. I've talked to him. Matter of fact, I was at the post office, and I told him I'd call him back, and I did call him back.
What's your last name, sir?
I'm Greg Duke. But we had a nice conversation. But I want to invite you back to Sunday school. Get to know the people, not just the ones that created some problems. We're all sinners. We fall short. We all make mistakes.
I understand, Mr. Duke, but what I want everyone to understand about this is this. And keep this in mind. Keep it in mind. I'm not saying we're not sinners. We're all sinners. We're born in sin. But you're not born to hate.
That's right.
No child is born to hate. That child has to be raised to hate. You have to be taught to hate. You have to be in an environment around people to hate. Now, when you say, come to the church, are the same people that put us out of the church still there? How have they changed? Do we know them when we see them? Because remember, when I was there last time, I was told welcome. I was told we love you. I was told you God love you. So when I walk into it now, how would I feel? I can't honestly say that, and I would not lie to you. I don't know how I feel.
Would you ever go back to that church?
At the present time, and I know what people are going to say, he's inviting you to the church. He's inviting you to the church.
I'm inviting you to come back to get to know the people that are on your side. I know that there were a handful, and I know.
But it hurt me,
Mr.
Duke.
It
hurt me, Mr. Duke, when those people that was on our side did not stand up. Did not stand up in the first time. Did not stand up the second day. Did not stand up the third day. Only when the news got involved did they stand up. Now, it took the news to open some heart. It took the news to put the shining light on
about it. Most of us didn't know about it.
But there are some that did.
There were some, and I can't.
And as God said, if you know and don't do anything, that's worse than not knowing. You know, I'm not going to debate. I welcome anyone, even those who don't like me and my wife, for the color of our skin. I just want you, as you say, know us.
That's right.
Know us.
That's right.
But you'll make a decision without even knowing us. She lights up a room when she walks in. She lights up a room. She has a smile on her face. She has an ambition to be a registered nurse. When I walked into the house and saw the expression on her face, when I saw that joy and that smile was gone, I can't tell you how I feel. I still can't talk to you how I feel. I'm letting my wife talk.
How did you feel?
Baby.
What do you think about what happened here today?
I can't say anything. I can't talk right now.
When you walk into a room, to see her cry for something she hadn't done. Let's walk around. We're gonna.
Mimi, thank you. Come on. Hey.